Talking about my house automation apps, I decided that I will talk about my SmartThings Hub app separately because it's the one that um, takes the most, and I want to talk about it a little bit more in detail. So the reason to have my SmartThings Hub was so that I could have a way to interact with my home entertainment media with my Amazon Echo device, and pretty much the only way that is there right now is using your Harmony Hub with your SmartThings Hub, and then you link them to your Amazon Echo, and that's how you control them. You can see my videos about that that I have made previously on how I explain how each of them work and how you can link them so that you can use them with your Amazon Echo. But after time started passing by, I started adding more devices. So now my system is a little bit more complex, and I like it, the capabilities that you have with it. It's very robust, and I haven't had really big issues with it, and I really like how the SmartThings environment is starting to come together and is working really nice. So I started by creating different rooms with the devices that I have, and like I said, the SmartThings system works with a lot of brands and devices. I could add my Wemo switches in here. I have my Philips Hue lights. I have all the devices that I use from my Harmony Hub, and also different Z-Wave and Zigbee devices that you may have. You integrate them here. My NetAtmo station that I use for looking at temperature inside my house is in here, and also my Sonos speaker is here as well. So you can integrate a lot of things, and it's very nice to have all in one place. So I started creating different rooms, and this is how it looks. This is my main room, which is the house, and here is, for example, it's displaying my indoor temperature, which is getting from my NetAtmo device. And here, if you click on it, you can see everything that you can see on the NetAtmo native app. You can see your indoor temperature, you can see your humidity percentage, you can see your CO2 level, you can see your noise intensity level, and you can see your atmospheric pressure level that you're reading from your NetAtmo device. Yeah, it's really easy. You just add your NetAtmo, it signs you in with your NetAtmo credentials, and it brings everything from your NetAtmo account, and that's how it works. Here it's reading the outdoor temperature, again using the NetAtmo information. I have a presence sensor, this little fob that I talked about in a previous video that tells you when you are at home or not. I have this multi-purpose sensor that I use to tell me if my front door is open or closed, and I have my Z-Wave automated lock that I use on my back door to open and close, and I use my Amazon Echo as well to operate it. I have a motion sensor. I made a video as well about my Fibaro motion sensor that I use in my closet, so the light comes on when I walk in it. It works pretty well. Take a look at that video if you want to see how I set it up and how it works in general. It's pretty cool. Here's my Hue bridge from Philips, and my master bedroom Sonos speaker that I use with my system, and here you can interact with it. You have to use your native app to select your sources of music, like Apple Music, Spotify, any radio station from TuneIn, your music library. I have set it up with the radio stations that I like listening to, so that's what is showing here, and you can interact with your Sonos speaker from here. So this is what is showing in my main house room. And on the other ones, it's mainly lights. What I have included all my Philips Hue lights, and also all the different devices that I control through my Amazon Echo from my Harmony Hub. They are also included here. and I have one created for each different room in my house for Philips Hue lights, and also I have one specifically created for my Wemo switches. These I still have a little issues with them. I don't know why. Probably because at some points the hub doesn't recognize the devices, and they show offline. The funny thing is that if I include them in automated routine, they work. It just they show this status offline, and if I want to operate them manually, I can't. But like I said, if you include them in an automated routine to turn on and off at different times, they work. So that's the only thing that I haven't figured out how to fix, but it's not a big deal. And basically that's it. Here I have the different routines that I have created so far. I have a routine that I created for turning on my backdoor light when sunset occurs. So I do that there. I have this light of night routine that at night it turn off the outdoor light and it locks my back door. It automatically locks it down, so it's pretty cool. I like it. I have this routine for when I leave the house. It turns all my lights off and TVs and whatever. And also I have routines for when I come home. It turns the lights on in my bedroom, and yeah, basically that's all that it does. So these are the routines that I have set up. And the other thing that I like a lot is this is your marketplace section where you can add different things that you want to have in your system. And it has two sections, the things, and there's this other tab here called smart apps. So here, if you click on it, you can see all the different the smart apps are apps within the SmartThings hub system that Samsung has created to work with all the devices that you have in your system, and it's pretty cool. It's also apps that users have created and they have added to the system. So I have created a few of my own for myself. Like for example, here, if you go to the top corner, top right corner, and if you go to the section apps, smart apps, you can see here all the smart apps that you have installed in your system. Basically, you have to install this smart app instance for every different situation that you want to have. So it's the same app, but it has several instances. For example, here I have notifications to act on different things, and you have to set individually each one of them, and it shows it here on the smart app section. So every time you add a new system that interacts with your SmartThings hub, it adds it here as a smart app. Like for example, the Amazon Echo, my Philips Hue bridge, my Harmony hub, my Net Atmo. It adds them here. Smart lighting, and also like the Stringify service that I use, and my Wemo switches. Every time it connects to a third-party kind of device, it adds it here. The ones I use the most are for light and switches. It is this called Smart Lights. It lets you create routines for lighting schemes. And I have also here on the one that's safety and security. I have this Notify Me When, and it has it creates different notifications when things happen, like when your doors open, when different things that you set up to happen. It sends you a push notification on your phone. And the other one that I use, so you have several options here that you can browse, but the one I use is Notify Me When, and the other one that I use is also like for music and sounds. If you go here, you have the ones that you can use with your Sonos speaker, and you can have spoken notifications, speaker notify with sound. You have your speaker control and your weather forecast. Those are the ones that I use. And if you go here to your smart app section, that's where I was talking about. Here you can see I have a notification when the garage light is on. If it turns on, it will show me a push notification. Like, for example, Alexa, turn on the garage.
Okay. Garage light on.
So there you have it. It sends me a notification on my phone that the garage light is on, and also I have a spoken notification, which is right here, which is telling me that the garage light is on. So Alexa, turn off the garage.
Okay.
So you have all these different notifications here. When somebody opens the front door, it tells me also when this happens, when it's open, when it's closed. You can set different conditions for when your house is off, like for when the lights are coming off, when you're leaving the house. If you want something, some specific set of actions when you're leaving the house, you can tell it to send you a notification when this is happening. One thing that you could do with these notifications on your smart apps is, for example, if every member in your family has a little one of those presence sensors, you can set it off that it gives you a notification every time a member of your family leaves the house or comes into the house. It can tell you when your wife left, or when your wife arrived, or if your kids came home, or when they leave for school. If they carry their presence sensor, when your system detects that they arrive or leave the house, you will get a notification for that. So that's a cool feature about this. Also, when you get back home, also when the light in the closet is coming active, it sends me a notification. So I have all those here, and I have also all my spoken notifications that I use my Sonos speaker to tell me about. You can see it here, and you can test them. Like, you have all the different ones.
Sunset arriving.
That one for the sunset. And like I have spoken before, I have several different ones that you can try.
It's turning off good night.
And like I said before, I have several different spoken notifications here that I use with my system. Like, for example, here, when it's a weekend,
Good morning, Jesus.
it greets me in the morning. When all my video devices are turning off.
All video off.
When the door is being opened.
The front door was opened.
If the garage light is on.
Garage light on.
And the weather forecast and the weather in the weekend. So basically, this is how I have my SmartThings Hub app set up, and I hope you found it useful. And this concludes all the house apps that I have set up in my phone to control my house. I'll see you later in some other video.